close to me. Come to snuff. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pigs come to take.
She means it. The fear is real.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me.
Don't be traumatizing her.
I'll die before I squeal. What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of her face.
I'll die before I squeal. Murder was the case they gave me. I'll die before I squeal. You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig.
You can still see the top of her hat.
I'll die before I squeal.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
There are several footprints in the mud, left. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is...
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
Yes?
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak. Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet. Beyond the Bay of Revachol, ghosts rise. The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial Will you ever go there? No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez. Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction, a defunct coal city, end of all lines. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash. There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. The great gates of the industrial harbour are locked. A chill runs down. Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. La Drusienne, King Dries passenger. Couron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cut. A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide. Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste a yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windows. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork. Revachol is the capital of the world. It's home.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
To be in Martinaise, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock rock cities, in the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed sill, your vision blurs, you wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. A traffic jam, rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork. Revachol is the capital of its home. In the rain, your vision blurs. You Coalition-era statics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would... The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't...
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves it.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container.
Thank you anyway.
Yes. Another thing. Great. Yes.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look into it as a side investigation. If you say so, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is... The door does not budge. A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely... It must be his name. Goranci. Goranci, Quebec. Sounds representative. The man puts his cup down and replies something. His left hand, he looks up at you, then looks away quickly. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. He smiles, and bangs his ladle against each of his pots.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just, no, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk. And
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. After the animals. And I haven't found a key. Yes?
The door is closed. Still, no. The lieutenant, he doesn't like where this is. You should punch a fucking hole in it. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits, not to mention, great.
Stop that.
This door can open. Still, the lieutenant, he doesn't like with it. You should punch a fucking hole.
Hey, what?
That felt good. Don't. Everyone is a whore. You hear the murmur of blood. The worker is in a deep slumber. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the...
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the mech.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere in the middle of a broken plaza in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. Oh yes. Coal City.
All of them worse than here. There are many of them, and they are divided into three separate. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all. There are so many, it's hard to count. More. The last row has 3. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth? Cool. I'm glad you joined us. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Wow, more than 200! It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right. Those are your confirmed kills.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling. That's right.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's...
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, but it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the...
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Anything's better than annihilating.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab. The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the...
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here. That, of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenants, the harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably just coast. There's a little fishing village there.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water everywhere.
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every... It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it...
In the West is the miracle.
No problem. Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. Okay. Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence.
Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It's...
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to... Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bed.
We can sit on benches after.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsura...
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. I know, sir. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone... A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and...
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived...
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here... My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside, minding the reg... Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling.
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is due to... Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first, There's talk about this house being...
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for us.
cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't...
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir. Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there. Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in...
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking. No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I can tell you about some of our crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Head, yes.
No, it's your no, your resilience.
I'm not sure I understand. If you say so, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books. It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually... Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and... Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flower. The girl is at a loss for words. She shifts and sways on her feet, looking confused and...
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how to help you. Sir, sorry, sir. I'm still
It's time to leave it be. You're about to make a child cry. Are you proud of yourself?
Maybe some about other books? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. I don't know about that, but I imagine life is great when you're famous.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she does...
Okay.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going. She looks around anxiously. The lieutenant stands by, a facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals. She brings out her reddened hands.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex. She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Because you usually aren't. I sure hope you are, sir.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow. Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, apologising to everyone. I don't... Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. Yeah, but you don't have...
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with Parte.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It's so...
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy. Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
I didn't know I had to do that. I'm glad I could help you, sir.